Hi there, I'm Lauren White. I'm in the Tri-Cities community. I really enjoyed the video that we watched, and I thought it was a really great example of, an effective teacher. It was very clear that Mr. Wright goes out of his way for his students. He really builds a relationship with them and is able to connect to them by, shaking their hand, greeting them, reaching out to them when they seem to be having a hard time, as that one girl had her testament to him. He said something I really liked too, which was, I want to teach you something for you to take outside of the school. That something might be the content from his physics class, but it could be to be kind to others because you don't know what their life story might be, which he proves later on in the video. And although it's important to learn the information being taught in school and reach the standards, there's so much more to school and education than just passing the test. School teaches students about who they are, how to handle problems, how to overcome hardship, work together, how to be people, how to be better students and better people in general. The students clearly are Mr. Wright's number one priority, and he goes out of his way to make sure that they know that. I think another big strength of Mr. Wright's is his ability to make learning fun and engaging. It appears that he does things that are, might be unordinary and that the students don't necessarily expect, like holding flames in their hands, blowing up a pumpkin, smashing cement blocks on top of their own teacher, just to further prove and help further their learning of the concepts that are being taught, and these are lessons that are typically going to stick for the students because they're engaging their senses, they're utilizing their own actions to make the learning come alive for them, and sometimes they don't even realize that they're learning, which is even better. After learning about Mr. Wright's family and his son in particular, I definitely had more empathy for him and what he does for his family and his students. He's a very dedicated man to his personal and his work life. And sharing personal stories and details make you a real person to the students because, they don't see our lives outside of school. So sharing those details helps to build that connection and establish a relationship, which allows them to trust you more. It builds a rapport with them, and he seems to have a very good relationship with his students. They seem to be smiling, and they took his story of his family very well, and it was a very emotional time for them. So they have a connection to him, and they trust him. They're able to come to him and ask questions and share their stories and their concerns, and this is definitely something I'm striving to achieve, and I'm working hard at. It's not something that's going to be done overnight, clearly, but I did share part of my personal story, my background with Spanish and teaching and college and my family and everything, just to have that personal connection with the students. And they're starting to get more comfortable with me and asking me those questions as well, and I'm having that conversation with them and trying to be a person that they trust and that they feel comfortable with, because ultimately that's going to make the classroom a more fun environment for them and myself, and we can just kind of feed off of that energy, which seemed very clear in Mr. Wright's classroom. They seem to be having a good time, and those students are remembering what they're learning in his class, which is an added bonus, I think. So again, it was a great example to see a teacher that's definitely doing something right. So I really enjoyed the video, and hope to maybe incorporate some of those crazy lessons into my Spanish classes. Who knows? So thank you.